yeah, from wherever you are, like the timings that you are experiencing right now. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. So guys, I was just having a discussion with someone and I was like, okay, most of the time men always say that they have been forgotten, like we always don't make time for them, we always like, all that. They say that all the time the concentration goes to women, but something I have come to realize is the month of June is usually the men's mental health awareness month. And I know, like, most of the men out here might not be knowing this. So I just decided, because I'm a mental health advocate and a psychologist, let me create that awareness so that they can know that the month of June is usually their month, and it can be the time when maybe they can now be coming together, learning, and we as women, we as other members of the society can also join them on board to continue creating awareness about men's mental health, to continue creating awareness about the space of a man in the society so that they cannot be forgotten that much. And the reason why I'm really like focusing on the men in our society, it's because you find that we have a lot of expectations, and in those expectations, again, we also have some stereotypes that we have created about men. And some of the stereotypes we have about our men in the society are: a man is not supposed to cry, a man is not supposed to show that they are unable to maybe achieve something. A man is not supposed to speak up. A man is not supposed to just feel overwhelmed. We always expect them to show us the heroic features, where, like, I got this, I can do this, I can manage this, and all that. And because of that, we have made them be unable to speak up the time when maybe they are feeling overwhelmed. We have made them to be unable to cry the time when they just feel like letting it out. And especially for that part of crying, from the word go, from when a child is very young, you find a child being told unalia nini na wewe ni mwanaume, and it just creates um, it now nurtures that child to just feel like, yeah, okay, so I'm a man, I'm not supposed to be crying. Like, things like that. And the moment when maybe a man who is now grown up is coming out to just open up about maybe something that is affecting him, to just speak up, we always find that we stigmatize them. We feel like we always make them feel like they're not men enough. And yeah, like, those things, they now make our men be afraid to open up, be afraid to seek help. We make them be afraid to go even for therapy the time when maybe they now really need that therapy. And therapy is self-care. I came to realize that therapy is self-care. In the gone are the days when you could only go for therapy because you're not feeling okay. It's self-care because the moment you go to for therapy, you are able to release that baggage in you, and you are able to again start afresh. But we have made our men feel like by going for therapy, that speaking up, it will make them to be weaker men. It will make them to be weak or something like that. And that is just what I want us to break, because there's a reason why in our society we are both men and women. And if we cannot concentrate on the boy child, there will come a time when the society will be doomed, because we need that balance. We need that symbiosis where we know the place of a man in the society, we know the place of a woman in the society, and we can live in harmony, we can live in peace by just understanding both parties. And in this month, another thing that we will be doing is, if at all you're just in a space, maybe you are asking yourself, what can I do maybe to assist in this, in creating awareness about the men in our community, one of the things that you can do is you can just create a group, a social group. If you're men, you can just create a psychosocial support where you guys go there, talk, and just be willing to express that if you are a father or a mother, you can do it by taking it upon yourself to just nurture your child to understand that it's okay for them to speak up, even if they are men, they are the men, they are the future men in our society. They need to understand that it's okay for them to speak up. It's okay for them to just open up about whatever they are undergoing. It's okay for them to cry. It's okay for them to just feel vulnerable at times. And you can also do that by being a listening ear to your sons, being a listening ear to your boys, because sometimes you find that the girl child is raised with some tender love, but for the boy child, you need to be strong. So they want you to be that aggressive. So no one gives them attention, but everyone needs that attention. I remember someone saying that sometimes you might not be able to just speak up about what you want, but everybody at a particular point in their lives, they just want that attention of somebody asking them, are you okay? Is everything going on okay? And that is something that that's a norm that we really need to create in our society. And sometimes maybe we will be there, we are just like, we are fighting for the girl child, I don't know what. But the moment you also nurture the boy child, you will be able to solve the issues that are affecting the girl child in the society. But the moment you ignore the boy child and you're out there and you're like that, you want to fight for the girl child and you've neglected the boy child, you've not taught him how to live in harmony with his girl child, because that aggression, they will continue to have it. And that's why you find in some societies the gender-based violence is still a norm. The women are still being beaten, the women are still being denied education, the women are facing female genital mutilation, FGM. It's because we are trying to fight for the girl child, but we have forgotten the boy child. But the moment you remember the boy child and you work closely together with them, you nurture them in a way, they will be human, they will be able to express their emotions, they will be able to feel their emotions. These things that you're trying to fight that are facing the girl child will also stop escalating. Another thing is the issue to do with gender-based violence. Um, Most of the time when you talk about but the thing that we have to note is that some of our men are also facing gender-based violence, and the only way we can conquer it is by allowing the men to speak up. But because the society has created that stigmatization, we have created that stereotype that a man who is being beaten by a wife is a weak man, so they don't come speaking out. And because of that, you find that we sometimes lose some of our men even to death. Some of them become disabled, and it's because they cannot come out there and be like, you know what, my wife is beating me, I'm facing gender-based violence in my relationship, my partner is emotionally abusing me, because they know the moment they will come out and speak that, they will be stigmatized because they will be seen as weaker men, and nobody would want that for themselves. So yeah, we really need to look into those issues. And another thing is hurt people usually hurt people. Now imagine the time when these men are not speaking up, the time when this man is continuing to put in to accumulate more baggage within themselves. That is the time when you'll find they start projecting their anger, they start projecting their frustrations, because at the end of the day, hurt people. But the moment we will sit down and face it in a with a reality check of, we have to advocate for our men to learn how to speak up. We have to advocate for our men to learn how to seek help. We have to advocate for our men to communicate the time when they are overwhelmed. We will be able to reduce even issues to do with suicide, because uh, most of the time you find maybe somebody was very overwhelmed and that stress led to depression, and when it becomes depression, one of the symptoms of depression is somebody developing suicidal ideations. And with time, if that's if a solution is not found, you find that an individual ends up dying by suicide, and that is not what we want for our men. We want to live in a community where there is love, where there is, there's that support. And this issue of us stigmatizing our men, of us viewing our men as aggressive, has even led to the small family setups, the family unit, men being sidelined. You'll find that very few, I don't know if about the European countries, you'll find that, I'm talking from the perspective of African, especially Kenya, you'll find that most of the time the women will turn their children against their husbands, forgetting that that man is human. He also needs that emotional love. He also needs that attention. And those are some of the things that during this mental health awareness month, I really would love and I would really wish that we advocate for, so that we can just find that symbiotic relationship where if I have broken up with my partner and we have a child, my child can freely talk to their father without me coming in and being like, your father abandoned us, or your father was, I don't know, knocked by a train, he's dead. And maybe my child just wants to bond with their child, with their father. And that, you see, when we just break that circle of hurt people, we will be able to just have that harmony. And another thing for the men, the reason why you're always out there and saying, I don't know, it's always about the women, it's because women, because of our emotions, we always just have that aggression when it comes to us fighting for our rights. For you men, you should also learn to just have that unity, to just be willing to create those conferences and inviting us, the women, on board, so that we can hear, what do you want us to do? How do you want us to understand you as men? How do you want us to support you when it comes to your mental health? Because for us, we always bring you in our discussions, the feminism discussions, the discussions about ending GBV, ending FGM. We also want you to create that platform where you will invite us so that we can hear your voices. Because yes, for me, I'm here advocating for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but I am not in that shoe. You are the one who understands where the shoe is pressing you, where the shoe is not okay, and what needs to be changed. It's until you take that mantle for the time when you will take that mantle, it's the time when I will understand where then can I step in. For me, I'll just speak about a few things, but it's up to you again to come on board and tell me, oh Vanessa, here and here is where we need assistance, here and here is where we need your support. Because it's your day, it's your month. So I will really, really love that. And another thing that I would also want to us to talk about is during this mental health awareness month, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, you can also create activities. It's never that serious with life. People have taken it to be serious about, it's all about chasing the bag, but sometimes you need that break. You need to satisfy that inner child by going for those games, by going for those interactions, by going for that hike, by you just sitting in the house and watching that movie, eating those popcorns. Like, it's never that serious. And that way you will be able to connect with your inner child. And this is just something about an individual connecting with their inner child. You always feel, you always feel at peace, you always feel at home. You see that thing of feeling at home, the time when you connect with your inner child, you will feel at home at that particular moment. And another thing is connecting with your inner child helps you heal those traumas. Each and every person has faced traumas because there's no manual on how parenting should be done. So you'll find that your parents raising you, there's a particular time maybe they have made mistakes, they have given you traumas. Maybe you saw them fighting, maybe they accused you falsely, maybe they used to emotionally abuse you in the name of maybe punishing you and all that. So the time when you connect with your inner child as a man, you will be able to heal those traumas and the time when you will heal you're able to heal those traumas, you will find that even connecting with your children as a father, you will do it correctly. Even connecting with you will be able to again break down those generational traumas. You'll be able to break the generational traumas, and you will live in harmony with your partner, you will live in harmony with your children. You'll be able to, yeah, you'll just be able to have that fulfilled life. So yeah, guys, that's just what I wanted us to talk about today. And yeah, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and make sure this month doesn't end without you speaking a word to a man. I remember for me, I took an initiative, and I remember telling somebody, I'm really sorry the time when you needed me mentally and emotionally, I was not there for you. Because for me, that time, at that particular time, I was young for one, and I was weak to accommodate whatever they were going through. And it was somehow draining me. And the moment you find that somebody has trusted you and they're coming to open up to you, and you're not in the position to hold what they are telling you, what they are communicating to you, you can link them up with another trusted person whom they will be able to talk to. Because it's very bad when somebody comes to open up to you and they find that you do not have the willingness to accommodate them. That thing sometimes shuts someone down. So it's just advisable, if you know that you're not the right person to listen to that person and assist that person, you can assist that person to look for another person whom will be in a position to assist them at that particular time. Guys, that's all that I had for you. Make sure that out there you go, spread the word about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and make sure you have put a smile to one man, if not two. And let's just make our men feel loved, feel appreciated, feel supported, and ta-da! At the end of the day, even you as a person, when you stand with them, you will feel satisfied. Thank you. Till next time. Bye.